Hi everyone, Sean Harris here. The title of this series is Drinkslinger Presents Bar Talk. I said series because this is just the first of many to follow. The purpose of this is to give you general bar knowledge that you can apply all around the world. Mojito in Jamaica is the same as a mojito in Israel or Cancun or Canada. We want you to have a good, true bar experience and be able to enjoy it. That's also the benefit of this podcast. We're going to teach you bar etiquette, stop waving money at the bartender, stop beating on the bar, stop yelling, and we're also going to share things with you about how to get your drink ordered the way you want. For example, if you're the type of person that orders a vodka and cranberry, and as the bartender's pouring, you always try to catch them and be like, hey, that's enough, that's enough. You need to order a vodka with a splash of cranberry. So it's going to be very, very informative and knowledgeable, and what we hope to accomplish with this is just an overall good bar information so that you can apply it in your daily life, and on a day-to-day basis you can have fun. With that being said, let me introduce our first guest, Mr. Merc B Williams. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Sean?
Everything's fine, brother. Everything's fine. How's your day?
Man, it's amazing, bro. Look, thank you for having me. I'm excited about the series. I'm honored to be the first guest, so I can always say that I was the first.
Yeah.
Like,
And
nobody
you
else,
won't be lying.
and I won't be lying. Nobody else can say that. So I appreciate you for having me, man. I'm excited to get into whatever we about to get into. We got two of my favorite things. So I got a good friend, a good stick, and a good drink. So it's gonna be a good podcast. It's gonna be
Well,
good.
let me tell you what I have in my head for this series. You being a non-bar professional is exactly what I want. We're going to have a host of non-bar professionals as well as bartenders, bar managers, and servers who interact with the bartenders and bar managers.
Right.
But we don't want it to be one-sided.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We want to get consumer feedback as well.
Yeah.
So I pretty much going to toggle, between those who are drink enthusiasts and those who are drink workers.
Right.
Service industry experts.
Okay.
So in that, you being first, it's just like you're one of my closest friends. So it just makes sense to talk to the people you know first.
Very much so. Very much so.
All right. What makes a good bar experience for you?
For me, and it's not. I'm not really that difficult to please, honestly. But when I go to a bar, first of all, I do want to be acknowledged. I think for me that's important. And that's like a certain time frame, and I feel like you should acknowledge me at that point. I mean, I understand if you're busy, and I can see if you're making drinks or whatever the case may be, but you can acknowledge that I'm there. And so once you acknowledge me, and you really kind of take the time to know what exactly it is that I want. Like I could walk up to you and just say, let me have a vodka and tonic. And so you'll just make me a vodka and tonic, but that doesn't necessarily mean I want
I might also want appetizer.
Right, I might want appetizer. Or I may not want just whatever you call the lowest level of vodka. I might want Tito's, or I might want Goose.
Yeah.
Like ask me what I prefer. Like, like really be engaged in the process of not necessarily being like you coming to the bar to have a drink, but it should be an experience when you go.
Yeah, and it's very interesting you said that or two things. I teach this in my classes. Greeting a guest will buy you a minute to 2 minutes. If a guest walks up to the bar and you say, hello, how are you? I'll be with you in a second. That'll buy you 2 minutes because I can physically see you making another drink in the well. I can see you getting ice. So we always teach our staff, acknowledge the guest at the bar because they can physically see you, but work the well before them because the guests in the dining room don't see you.
Right.
All they know is I ordered my drink 4 minutes ago and I don't have it.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
And I'm cool with that. Like, but don't be so consumed in what it is you're doing because it does take only but a few seconds to greet me and let me know that I'm there. But like, don't just be like, I've been to bars and people like will literally walk past you 3 or 4 times making a drink and you just sitting there and I'm patient. But in my head, I'm not necessarily satisfied with that experience or whatever. And that doesn't mean that person is a bad bartender. They just may not have been trained properly on how to be engaging while working.
That makes you a bad bartender.
It does. I was trying to be nice, I was trying to be nice. I don't know if I'm a I'm an expert in customer service too. So
yeah, and customer service is part of your job.
Yeah, I'm an expert in customer service, so I know I want the same type of customer service experience that I'm going to give you.
Yeah.
Like treat me how I want to be treated.
Bartenders are twofold, and I've been saying this 20 years. You can know all of the recipes and make drinks spot on. If you're a dick, I won't sit with you. Now, damn sure don't want to give you no money in the form of a tip. You know what I'm saying? You can tell all the jokes. You can have the best personality. If you can't make a 6 on the beat, you suck. I don't want to sit with you. Now, damn sure don't want to give you no money.
You got a great personality, but you suck.
You have to be twofold.
You have to.
You know, it's funny. I heard you say, you mentioned something that I mentioned in the introduction, knowing how to order a drink properly. If you go to the bar and you say, let me get a vodka and cranberry, they are going to give you well.
Yeah.
You have to
see, I had to learn that. I
Yes.
had to learn that. You know what I mean? Because like I was wondering, like I remember the first time I ordered a drink at what I would consider to be a real bar.
Yeah.
And so I was out of town in a particular state or whatever, and I was like, yo, let me get a vodka tonic with lime. That's my thing. So I can drink them forever and ever and ever. So like, yo, let me get a vodka tonic with lime. And so I got my drink back, and I was just like, of course I'm drinking it, but I know the type of vodka that I prefer, and I was like, this don't taste like what I drink. And so I ordered another one, and I paid attention to how the drink was made at that particular time. So I'm just like, man, these people pouring Aristocrat in my glass. I'm just like, oh, no, that's why it's so bad. I don't want no Aristocrat.
Yeah.
Not,
No, not
on
Aristocrat. You didn't want it.
I don't want Aristocrat. I'd rather have Blue Top vodka than have Aristocrat.
They need to put Taka in bars.
Man, no, they don't.
In the South? That's they
Oh,
do.
yeah, well, yeah, they're going to kill in the South. Folks still drink Taka. Well, it's so
Taka ain't in business because folks don't drink it. I'm agreeing with you. Like, they need to start putting Taka in bars.
I agree. And I don't, of course, you know more about this than I do. It may be a price point type thing. I don't know why they don't particularly have Taka in bars.
It ain't no lesser than Aristocrat.
Oh, okay.
Or Rail Skull, or all that other shit they be serving that you ain't never heard of.
Pinnacle, all that.
Pinnacle is actually a good vodka. It's from France, oui. You know what I'm saying? Pinnacle is actually a very good vodka. I equate Pinnacle to like Smirnoff. Smirnoff is not cheap, it's inexpensive. That makes sense? Like it's triple refined and triple distilled. Smirnoff, listen man, if it's good enough for James Bond, it's good enough for us.
Good enough for us. Amen.
Shaken, not stirred.
Shaken, not stirred.
That's how I like mine.
What was it, 31 Kings something?
I don't recall. What? Tell me about a bad experience you had at a bar. And it doesn't have to be local, and it doesn't have to be necessarily name called. I don't want you to say Chili's. So you know what I'm saying? Like, give me an example of a bad experience you had at a bar.
Cause I do it. Nah, I tell them, man. And let me say, I don't necessarily go to a lot of bars often. And I kind of move around a lot too, so most of the bars on that is just like, you gotta go in and get what you gotta get and get out. But, it's just a bad, again, if you don't engage me, I consider that to be a bad experience. And I've had a lot of bar experiences like that where it just felt like I wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate to wait a long time on my next drink.
Yeah, I don't like that. And so I tip. Like I tip, but I tip for two reasons. I tip because I've worked in the service industry before. I know how it is. I know how how they make that money and things like that. So I'm appreciative in that respect. And I tip because my drink good. Yeah, it's like a means to an end. Like some bartenders tend to make your drinks a lot faster and quicker and better when they know that you're tipping. Tipping helps, and so it's just like they'll remember. Oh, you tip me? Yeah. A lot of times I tip.
Do you tip on the front end or the back end?
It depends on my experience. A lot of times, like if I'm familiar with who you are, like in your case, like I know you.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with you and how you make drinks. I would more than likely tip you on the front end because I'm already familiar with your service.
Yeah.
Like if I go to a place, for instance, like you asked, like a different type of bar or another experience, like I was out in Texas and I went to a day party and went to a bar, instinctively I was about to tip on the front end, but I was like, wow, this lady. And I was watching her and the way she worked. I was like, I like the way she's working.
Yeah.
I want her to make my drink. And so she ended up making me a drink or whatever, and I was like, okay, this is what's up right here. So when she gave, I just told her, I was like, when she made the drink and I sipped it, she was like, you want to run a tab? I was like, yeah, good, go ahead and run a tab. And so I had, a certain amount of cash in my pocket for that purpose.
Yeah.
And I said, well, look, go ahead and take this on the front, and I'll be back. And so after that, by that time, she remembered that. She was like, we shit faced at that point. So
I do that as a practice. Whenever I go to a bar for the first time and I'm interacting with a bartender I've never met before, I always tip on the first drink. What that does, that's an indicator of I tip.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So let's just say I go in and I ask for a Jack Daniel's neat. I'll go ahead and give the bartender $5. And then I might proceed with $1 for every drink after that.
Right.
He's still gonna get the same $8 that I was gonna give him on the back end,
right.
But I just made my service better the next 3 drinks because he's already got money from me and he or she is more apt to be like, hey, you need something else?
Yeah,
hey, what can I get for you? Like, big bro, you all right?
You all right? Exactly. Yeah.
And that's a general practice. How do you tip? I'm gonna tell you a simple thing I was taught. I do the standard 20%, of course, but when you go somewhere, your ticket, like say you at Nukes, and your ticket is only like $7.99. I give $5 and I give $1 for every time I run you. So like if I ask you, hey, can you bring me some more napkins? That's $1.
Right.
If I be like, hey, can I get a refill on my sweet tea? That's $1. I start with $5. And I give $1 for every time I run you. What do you think about that?
That's a dope way to tip. I mean, I think that's.
Older gentlemen taught me that.
That's dope, man. I think that's a dope way to tip, especially because I'm basically paying you for the service that I'm putting you through.
Yeah.
Because that's difficult for you to keep up good service and you running back and forth like this.
And you got 5 tables.
And you got 5 tables.
And everybody
wants still here
different.
on time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm cool with that. I probably. I know I tip over 20%. I'm sure.
Yeah, I tip too.
I know I tip over 20%. I just,
I'm like Mike Jones and Slim Thug.
Yeah,
I be tipping
man.
on 4-4.
Yeah, I had to make sure. I just got to tip, man. That's just my thing, bro. I'm gonna tip you. And a lot of times, I've even tipped well for bad service.
I give them something. I don't tip well for bad service, but I will give you something because you did do the job.
Well, it's certain situations and circumstances.
Like you have to cuss my mother out for me to be like,
Yeah.
I ain't giving you shit.
Yeah, I have some, I have some discernment to be able to, sometimes, as a server, you just having a bad day.
Yeah.
Having a bad day, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna bless you anyway.
And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's talk about that. Employees are not the establishment.
Right.
If I've had so many times where people will go into an establishment, they'll get bad service and then they'll say, F,
I don't want to tip this person.
well, no, F the establishment, I'm never coming back here again. Well, like, why are you never going to Olive Garden again? Like, Sarah made you mad. Like, if you want some shrimp and chicken carbonara, you got to get that from Olive Garden. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want unlimited salad and zuppa toscana, you got to get that from Olive Garden.
Exactly.
So you're going to never have this again because Sarah made you mad?
I would just not have an experience with Sarah.
Yeah.
That's how it is, too. I'm not going to,
stop taking it out on the establishment when you have a bad experience with one person.
Unless it is the establishment.
Unless it's the manager or the owner.
Right, yeah. Now, if you have...
They ain't going nowhere.
Right, exactly.
Sarah can get fired tomorrow.
She can get fired tomorrow.
Yeah. The owner ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere, man. So, you got to... Again, I think we have it a lot when it comes to... and I don't know, it may be something to talk about, too. I think we are a lot harder on us than we are on other establishments when it comes to poor experience.
You know what?
In my opinion, I think that folks are, and I don't know why that is, but we're more apt to publicly crucify us
because the pain hurts more. When you talk about us, the fact that you treated me like that and I'm just like you hurts more than if I was in Amerigo's or you know Bahama 52s or Ruth Chris. You know, it's just I'm out to dinner. But if I'm in your establishment, you know what I'm saying, like I'm taking pride in being here, and you just slap me in the face. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say something.
But you know, that narrative has to kind of change to a certain extent. Like I don't know, I operate differently. You know, if I have a not so pleasant experience with Good Spirits bartending, I'm not gonna go and run to my social media and be like, oh man, Sean, it was terrible, blah blah blah. It's like, man, Sean, let me holler at you, man. Let's, you know, hey brother, I just want to talk to you.
But you know, the thing about that is, you have to respect the other side of the coin too. Because if you had a great experience with Good Spirits bartending service, I would want you to do that. I would welcome you to do
more
that.
Than likely I would.
So if you have a bad experience, then I'm subject to the same thing.
Yeah.
It's up to the establishment to do their best for everybody and not isolate individuals based on anything other than George Bush. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln.
Right, well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoever on them green.
Yeah, give me mine.
Give me mine. Also, okay, I could understand that.
Because you know, like you're a comedian,
right.
A professional comedian. You tell jokes for a living.
I do.
If you are funny, I would tell everybody I know, man, I went to this show Saturday, and then even we talk about months down the line, man, it was 10 weeks ago. I went to this show, man. I saw this dude named Merc. He was funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I might not never bring you up if it's bad. I might not never be sitting around idle waiting to be like, man, that motherfucker wasn't funny, worth for shit. But now if somebody asks me, ain't nothing I can do but tell the truth.
Nowadays,
I can't let you make me a liar.
In 2019, if I'm not funny, I'm going viral.
Yeah.
Somebody recorded that.
Yeah.
That whole unfunny experience would probably be on the internet at that particular point. So, you know, luckily. Luckily, so far, so good.
I have a pet peeve of mine. I don't like paying to get in bars. Clubs,
We together.
I'll pay for a dance floor. You know, if you got a live band, I'm cool with paying because you understand
you gotta get paid.
Yeah, you got entertainment and whatnot. What do you think about bars and restaurants, not clubs? Bars and restaurants that charge to get in just because it's Friday and Saturday.
I think that's absolutely asinine.
Yeah, we're goddamn ridiculous.
It's absolutely asinine. Like, I think that is just the dumbest shit in the world.
You're charging me to buy shit from you.
Buy things from, like, so I'm already going to come in here and buy drinks. More than likely, especially if I'm with a lady friend or whatever the case may be, I'm getting some food because our women are always hungry. So you're definitely gonna get some food.
Yeah.
So if I'm right, they hungry right now. Watching this, I guarantee you, it's a woman right now somewhere that's
enjoying the show. And wishing she had something to eat
food, like,
while she watching it.
I'm hangry, but I'm gonna watch this show. It's just they always hungry. This is what they do. But excuse me, if I'm gonna come to your establishment and I'm spending money, but you're gonna charge me like a $10 or $15 or $20 fee just to be in this establishment, my thing is what is coming with this fee for me to get in here?
I was just in here free last night.
I was just in here free last night, but now and then even in certain establishments they start to charge you after a certain time. I think again, you're gonna make so much overhead between the bar and the food. Why you gotta charge me $10, $15 to get in there? Like, what is it about this place that makes me want to pay that particular amount?
Well, you know, one of the biggest misnomers is I've heard bar managers and bar owners say this: they charge to keep the riffraff out. Let me tell you something about riffraff. Riffraff coming.
They coming.
Riffraff is prepared to come.
Some of the folks that you think don't look like riffraff.
Riffraff.
So yeah, that's some other.
Now I'm in a Facebook group with called Mobile Bartenders, and it's nationwide.
Oh.
There's a young lady named LaTonya Holmes. She owns Icon Bartenders down in Houston, Texas. She started the group, and I've been following her for a while on social media. And she knows her shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when she started the group, I joined. And man, there's people from Minnesota and Canada and all over the place in that group.
Like, that's interesting. Like, what made you? I don't know if I've ever asked you that before. Like, You could have done anything probably with your life. Like,
Yeah.
what made you, I guess, decide to do this? Like, or when you found out, like, okay, you know, bartending services, or
I went through what most bartenders go through. When you bartending in college, you're the cool kid.
right?
Then everybody graduates and turns 25 and they start getting what we call real jobs. So I left the bar industry and went and got a job only to realize that I'm making half the money for twice as much work. You know, standing behind the wood, I could leave with $250, $270 a night cash. I get a regular job, I ain't making no more than $10, $12 an hour. 12 and 8 is 96, then taxes come out of it. And you gotta wait till Friday to get your money. You see what I'm saying?
At least I can get this. Well, I get my money today.
Yeah, so then, you know, I never had a cigarette problem or a gas problem or a food problem because I had money instantly all the time.
Right.
Which really caused me to miss off a lot of money because when you 25 years old and you're making, you know, $1,300 a week, like I'm making more than my parents. But I don't know it because I never see it.
Right.
There have been days where I've worked day shift. I've literally made $160, get off, go around the woods, sit down, become a customer, and give $90 of it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as I got older and I started realizing like this is a viable source of income, like I love it. You know, I put ice in a glass, pour liquor on top of it. I work in the AC when it's hot, the heat when it's cold. I never miss money as an inclement welder like a landscape or a construction worker. And damn a recession, people eat and drink every day. Eating and drinking ain't like smoking cigarettes. I ain't never heard nobody say, man, I'm gonna lay off the eating for about 6 months. My stomach hurts. You know?
Yeah.
My chest hurts.
My chest hurts.
You know what I'm saying? So it just made sense. I'm watching Sports Center all day. I got 4 TVs in the room with me. I'm laughing and joking. I meet new people all day, every day. It just made sense. Bartending fits my personality. You know, a lot of people
I would say that.
a lot of people try. They live by societal standards like you are what you do. I want to be a lawyer or a doctor because I want to be perceived that way. Well, my philosophy has always been you do what you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you're born with a gift, and if not that, you get good at something along the way. You see what I'm saying? Bartending fits my personality. I like to laugh, joke, and play, and have a good time, and I get paid to do that.
Get paid to do. Come on.
I go to a party for a living.
I get paid to do it. That's how.
Yeah.
You get paid.
A wedding reception is a party.
It's the best job.
A political fundraiser is a party.
Well, one of the best.
A corporate event is a party.
Comedy is a better job. I'm only saying it because I'm
It
bad.
makes sense. Says the comedian.
That's right.
You know
I'm
what I'm
bad.
saying?
Man, it's the best job in the world. Like, literally, we essentially operate in the same capacity. Like, we literally get to engage with people and put a smile on their face and make them happy and get them away from their problems for however long.
For 50 minutes, I'll be your best friend.
Your best friend. And you know, you could actually, and you can follow me on social media and be my friend forever if you want to be in that capacity. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just think that's dope, especially with all the people that I consider to be, you know what I'm saying, my circle, my tribe, whatever you call it. Like I'm always interested in what makes them passionate about what it is that they do. Because I'm passionate about what I do, and obviously, you know, you want that same energy around you because that's going to motivate you and inspire you in whatever artistic genre it is that you're going into. Because, like, you know, again, like I was stating earlier, when I go to the bar, I want it to be an experience. I think it's an art. It is an art. There's a beauty to bartending, to watching a bartender put the right amount of ice in your glass and the right amount of, you know, liquor or mixer or whatever you call it. Like, it's just a beautiful thing to watch somebody do what they love to do and enjoy it and actually know
And do it the right way.
Do it the right way, you know what I mean? And so, you know, I'm always appreciative of anybody who's, you know, doing what they're passionate about, especially in an artistic realm. I just think because then when you get that drink, it's something about it. It's just like, you know, when Big Mama cook and people eat her food, the gratification that she get from it.
Anybody, especially somebody ain't never
had it before. It's the same way you feel when somebody comes and you having a conversation with them and you pour that drink and you watch them take that first sip and they just
turn to their friend and
be like, yeah, same way I would probably feel like if I, talking to somebody, I tell a joke and it hit and you get that response back like that, man. It's just, those moments are what it's almost like, I hate to say it, it's kind of like being a crackhead.
Yeah.
When you get that high, you chasing that
chasing the
high,
drag.
chasing that high, man. So, it's a good high to chase.
It's
a good high to chase.
It feels good to be appreciated. You know
what
I'm
yeah,
saying?
Man, absolutely. In any capacity, really, but definitely for something, for some work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I don't know, I just think that's dope.
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in bartending.
Absolutely.
I do. Like, I think I'm pretty good.
And I think this is important, like what you're doing is absolutely dope, man, because I think like this type of profession is, and it's just only, I guess, in my exposure, what I've been exposed to, and the people that I've been exposed to, they may take this profession kind of like for granted. Like, he just worked the bar.
Yeah. That's some new wave stuff. Yeah. I can tell you in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, a bartender was revered the same as the what you call the lady that give birth?
Oh, the midwife.
The midwife. You know what I'm saying? Or a blacksmith or a carpenter. You know what I'm saying? Like being a bartender was a true skill set that people respected. Now it's so much, vodka come in more flavored than Kool-Aid now. They just want you to get in with something to drink.
Man, listen, if I get one more flavored vodka, man, flavored vodka made me sick.
Yeah.
Flavored vodka made me sick, man.
I'm tired of the flavor.
I don't know how many flavors they got left. Like, man, it's just every.
No, there's a whipped cream vodka.
That's nasty, bro. Like, that's just gross. Like, I don't know, that's like liquid diabetes. I don't want that. I don't want that, man. What do you pair with liquid vodka? What do you drink that with?
I have no idea.
An A&W cream soda, maybe?
I have no idea. Now, I will tell you, A&W cream soda go good with Crown apple. It tastes like a caramel apple.
Okay. And I'm not a big sugar person.
Yeah.
But I take your word for it. I would definitely try it. I actually, tonight, we drinking Jack Daniels, obviously, but I put a little Sprite in.
Yeah, we got the good old number 7, Jack Daniels, Lynchburg, Tennessee.
That's right.
Sour mash.
That's Lord. You can't go wrong with it.
No, old number 7 is my go-to. That's my Old Faithful. I can't hear you. Oh, we coming to that. I'm gonna let him close on that.
Oh yeah, just for a long time I didn't like Jack. I didn't like Jack at all.
What about Jack Daniels you didn't like?
I don't know. I just didn't like Jack. But like,
you had Crown first.
I had Crown first. I did.
Crown is a lot smoother than Jack Daniels. Don't tell them I said that.
Okay, I won't. And I hope they're not watching. Because we would love them to sponsor us. But
it's episode 1.
It's episode 1. It's episode 1.
We're gonna go slow.
We're gonna go slow. Hopefully the narrative will change.
Hey, you know how Jordan joined the basketball team? He made one shot from 3-point range. He's like, he want to start.
Okay. We need a little more work. We good.
You can't go left, but you want to start.
But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I never really got into Jack like that, man. Like you said, I started drinking. I started drinking Crown. When I was in high school, man, I was drinking gin. I was drinking Bumpy Face. So
first drink I ever had was Crown Royal.
First drink I ever had was Bumpy Face. I had gin and juice. That was my first drink ever.
My buddy Mon that comes over here, Tweezy, we used to steal it from his father.
Wow, that's crazy.
His father would be at work and we would go into the liquor cabinet and we try and pour enough to where he wouldn't miss it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the first drink I ever had was Crown Royal. We used to steal it from Sylvester.
At one point, all I was drinking was Crown. And so I never really drank Jack Daniels like that. I had the number 7 because, that's probably the most common one that you can get on the shelf or whatever. So I had that for a while. And so I started drinking I had Gentleman Jack, is what I had. And I was like, when I started drinking Gentleman Jack, I never drank Crown again after that. I don't think I've had Crown since. And so after drinking Gentleman Jack, I started to become interested in Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
And so I started to do my research and look at, you know, the different ones or whatever. And so a young lady that I was seeing or whatever the case may be, me and her dad is a really big time Jack Daniels drinker. And so, man, he started telling me about the cask number 2 and cask number 3 and 4, and you know, they come out seasonally and stuff like that. And then, you know, I learned about Uncle Nearest and all those things. I'm just like, man, you know, I became really impressed with the brand itself, man. And it's a really good whiskey.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a really good whiskey, man. So, man, now it's just like if you ask me to get some Crown, I get some Crown. But if I'm more than likely,
I prefer Jack.
I'm gonna pick up a bottle of Jack.
The old number 7 my go-to.
Because you can't go, and then the price point on it is amazing, man. For that, and it's something like, you know, and it's really good. Like I mean, of course, I had some ice and a little bit of Sprite in it. But you know, you prefer yours neat, and I'm cool with neat. I actually, my preferred.
I tell people all the time, the good folk in Lynchburg, Tennessee made it taste like what it's supposed to taste like.
You're right.
I don't need no coke.
And I usually don't do that, but today I just felt like it. But normally what I do is I like to chase.
Yeah.
So I usually get like a cold Dos Equis or you know, maybe some IPA or something like that locally, and I chase it with a sip.
Listen, just for shits and giggles. I done got older now, I'm 41. I used to shoot rumple mints in between my Jack. Like I would have a double Jack neat and shoot rumple mints in between.
Oh wow, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh man.
I'm not doing that. You don't love yourself.
Listen, it's called self-esteem. Esteem of your motherfucking self.
You got to be, cause
I'm good.
It's like, well, that's nah, bruh. I can't do. Which, you know, I mean, to each his own. We all have done some insane liquor choices or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, you know, like when we first started drinking, you know, we didn't know how to drink. You know, it was like, well, I got some Cavassier. I like Peach Knee High. Let's just mix that together. You know what I'm saying?
Because, you know, you see what other folks doing. You see folks mixing
Crown
stuff.
Royal and Hawaiian Punch.
Hawaiian Punch. Some don't even like, this tastes fine. Well, I'm going to go on and drink it, though.
It's liquor.
Man, remember that Minute Maid, you get them $3-4?
Yeah.
Man, it was the worst, bro.
Oh, then when you go to like house parties, every girl thought she was the shit with a blender.
Mixing up margaritas.
Not enough water in it. I'm talking about straight concentrate and liquor.
And when Hypnotic came out,
oh man,
you couldn't tell nothing, man. Hypnotic and Hennessy.
Hey, but I'm old enough to remember when Alizé came out. Alizé was the Hypnotic of my day. Everybody thought they were doing something when they had that Alizé.
When I came over here, did you see the excitement on my face when that Tanqueray was right there? Like, man, I love Tanqueray. It's one of my favorite drinks, man. But, you know, a lot of folks don't drink that or whatever. Snoop said Tanqueray was dope. That's why I started drinking.
Gin and juice. Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Yes, Lord. You can't go wrong with this. I'm telling you.
So,
yeah, bro.
Merc B Williams, comedian. Tell the people about yourself and tell them where they can find you at.
Yeah, man. You can find me on all social medias at Merc B Williams, MERC B Williams. Everything that you need to know about me is pretty much on that social media, man. I've been doing this comedy thing for about 7 years now. 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago to the day, in 2 weeks, it'll be 2 years ago to the day. Actually, on Thanksgiving, today, Friday. On Thanksgiving, Friday after Thanksgiving, it'll be 2 years to the day. I was able to, blessed with the opportunity to be able to not only meet Kevin Hart, but also to be a part of a ongoing series that he's been doing for 3 seasons.
Is that the Heart of the City?
That's Heart of the City.
Yeah, I remember that.
So he's done that for 3 seasons now. I was blessed to be a part of season 2. I was chosen, one of the 4 chosen out of about 50 comedians.
That's strong.
To represent Mississippi on national TV, and it's been an amazing ride, an amazing experience, man. And just be able to meet those people and still be in contact with them, and meet other people in comedy and things like that, man.
You just get back in town from a show, right?
I was here. I was actually here. My show was actually local this past weekend. So I was here this past weekend. I'm actually here this weekend. So I'm here this weekend, man. There's a really huge fashion show that's going on. I host shows too, so I don't just do stand-up comedy. I host, I write, I do speakings as well too, man. I go to schools and talk to kids. A few years ago, I actually went. Yeah, that's fine. Finish that. A few years ago, man, I was able to, and that's probably one of the most gratifying things I've been able to do, man. My mother is county court administrator in Washington County. From Greenville.
Yeah.
And so she worked for a long time in the youth court. And so I was able to go. They actually contacted me and wanted me to come to speak to those young people in the youth court and encourage and motivate them. And so that was really, really dope to be able to do that. But yeah, man, I'm here this weekend. I got a fashion show coming up, Fashion Revolution.
One of the first weddings that I took pride in was a good friend of mine named Chop got married, and his fiance was from Greenville.
Right. Okay.
So they got married on South Raceway Road at the Washington County Convention.
That's right.
Yeah. I remember when we showed up, the lady was trying to help us, and I was like, "Man, we have everything we need." She was like, "You don't need a table?" I was like, "No, ma'am." She was like, "You need a garbage can?" I was like, "No, ma'am." She said, "Where y'all from?" I said, "Jackson." You know what I'm saying? And I said it so, like I'm just from Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she was like, "I can tell, cause y'all got everything y'all need."
We just, it's just us. We just them kind of people, man. It's just what we do. And so I always rep my hometown, man. I love Jackson. I've been living here for 12 years, man. It's given me countless opportunities to be able to meet amazing people, man. And
Well,
make
thank you
amazing
for the
friends.
opportunity to have you here. I appreciate you stopping by, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
You're always welcome here anytime, and we're gonna revisit this conversation in the future.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
We're gonna do
Y'all
it.
follow good spirits, man. Follow everything this brother.
At Drinkslinger presents Bar Talk with Merc B Williams.